All right, good morning. Happy Saturday, April 2nd. Good to see you this morning. I have two things for you. First off, I apologize for not getting the video up in a timely manner. I did have it completed. I had it done before midnight last night, fairly early, but since I did that, I don't want them to publish until the day that they're supposed to be out. And so I went to schedule it, and apparently I put April 2nd instead of April 1st. Sorry about that. And the second thing is, why are you here instead of at work party? So today's reading will be 1 Samuel chapters 23 through 25. Let's go. So here in chapter 23, David fights the Philistines. He's fighting Saul, gets trapped, escapes. And we're going to fight through this whole thing. Just when we go through many of the next many chapters, I'm going to complain occasionally about David. But here's the truth. God is a better judge of character than I am. And I have to remember the sermon about batting 300. God saw David's heart, and we need to do the same. Because he had a couple of large shortcomings, sins, that's what a lot of his story that we read is, but his character and who he was, God was pretty impressed with. And so as we read these stories, that's something I have to focus on more. So chapter 24, we find them ending up in the same cave. David comes by, cuts off the edge of his garment. And no, I don't think skirt there means what we think it does, but maybe, who knows. I guess a case could be made for, never mind. But notice there that David has a soft heart. It bothers him that he even cut the garment to the king. And so then he shows it to Saul. They make speeches back and forth. Saul goes back. Now it's interesting here that David would not kill God's anointed. According to Romans 13, our leaders are in place by him. We get what we deserve. It doesn't mean we have to agree. It doesn't mean we have to vote for it. But we are supposed to pray for them. There's not too many people that are thinking that our president's doing a fine job, but there should be a line of disrespect that we don't cross. All right, chapter 25, see there in the first verse. Yeah, just one verse, Samuel dies. But now the rest of the story is about Abigail, meeting Abigail, and Nabal. Nabal's name means fool. And it's funny, the story points it out. But notice here, Nabal and his area and his servants were protected by David. So David's just coming back, hey, listen, we protected you. I don't think David thought it was a big deal. Hey, could you help us out a little bit? And Nabal, says what he says. David goes back to kill him. And so I think we see here some of the character of David. David's still forgiving. He meets Abigail, turns aside. Then Abigail tells Nabal everything that happened, and Nabal eventually dies. They get married. But notice here also, this would still be one wife for David because Michal was given to somebody else. But there you see at the end of the chapter, he then takes other wives, and that was one of the things he's commanded not to do. God is a better judge of character and heart than I am, and God says that David is a man after God's own heart. So we're going to learn a few things through this, and so I'm looking forward to it. Hope you have a great Saturday, and looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great day.